Have you ever been on a date that started off great but then took a bizarre turn? That's what happened to one of our warriors, Obi. Now Obi had been getting strong vibes from a girl named Simi. He was pretty excited about it, as anyone would be when they meet someone who seems interested and intriguing. So, he took the plunge, dialed her number and asked her out for a Saturday date. Her response? Enthusiastic to say the least. She even went as far as to reveal her entire schedule for the day. This was a breath of fresh air for Obi, who was used to getting vague and evasive responses. Simi even suggested they meet in the evening, but our warrior was keen on an early afternoon date. On the day of the date, Simi showed up with the punctuality of a Swiss watch, meeting Obi at the location they agreed on. They had a fun chat, keeping the conversation light and enjoyable. Obi was impressed. Simi was smart, fun, good-natured, and pretty. It was like hitting the dating jackpot. After their chat, they decided to go see a performance at the nearby music school. The day was going well and Obi was feeling pretty good about it. Little did he know that things were about to take a strange turn. But then, the date takes an unexpected turn. Let's dive into what happened next. So, Obi and Simi are at a performance and suddenly Simi's behavior changes drastically. You see, up to this point, our hero Obi thought he was in for a delightful afternoon date. He was enjoying Simi's company, their conversation was light and fun, and it was all going swimmingly. But then, the tides turned. Simi invites a friend to join them. Now, some might say, hey, the more the merrier. But in this case, it seemed to throw a wrench in the works. Suddenly, Simi's focus shifts from Obi to her friend, and Obi is left, well, a bit out in the cold. Feeling sidelined, he decides to keep his cool, focusing on the performance, the music, anything but the confusing situation unfolding beside him. As if that's not enough, at the reception, Simi continues to act as though Obi is a mere acquaintance rather than her date. She's joking around with her friend, flirting with other guys, and Obi is left to navigate the social scene on his own. Now, Obi's a trooper. He doesn't let this get him down. He grabs some refreshments, chats with other people, but we can't ignore the fact that this is bothering him. And why wouldn't it? After all, he thought this was a date, but it's starting to feel more like a friend's gathering. When it's time to leave, he tells Simi he's going. They share a bit of a tease, a hug, and he exits the scene. But he can't help but wonder, was this a test? Was Simi trying to gauge his reaction? Or was she simply not as interested as he initially thought? A week later, Obi bumps into Simi's friend, who relays a hello from Simi. It's a curveball, to be sure. Does this mean she's interested after all? Or is this just another confusing signal in an already puzzling situation? Obi is left wondering, was this a test or a sign of disinterest? And honestly, who can blame him? It's a question that's probably on a lot of our minds right now. Confused and unsure of what to do next, Obi turns to us for advice. Ah, the maze of dating. It's no walk in the park, is it? But let's dissect Obi's situation a bit. Firstly, the choice of the day for the date. Believe it or not, the day matters. Saturday is typically reserved for your number one, your main squeeze, the queen of your heart. By asking Simi out on a Saturday right off the bat, Obi, you've unknowingly shown your hand. Secondly, the pickup. It's not just a polite gesture, it's a strategic move. By offering to pick her up, you show initiative, and it sets the tone for the date. The world of dating is complex, with unwritten rules and subtle cues. It's a dance, and understanding the steps can make all the difference. Remember, every situation is unique and requires careful consideration. Keep these tips in mind and you'll be better prepared to navigate the dating minefield. See you in the next episode, warriors.